My mother-in-law sat at my dining table in my home, eating food I'd spent hours preparing, and told me, point by point, dish by dish, that another woman's cooking was better than mine. She humiliated me in front of my family. I smiled. I stayed calm. And 3 weeks later, at her big charity event, I quietly handed out copies of a timeline I'd been building for 6 years. Every insult, every slight, every cruel comparison. Dated, documented, witnessed. Her reputation crumbled in one evening. And I have zero regrets. If you've ever wanted to show a toxic family member exactly what happens when they push someone too far, this story is for you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's talk about the revenge that ended years of disrespect. My name is Julie, and for 6 years, I documented every insult my mother-in-law ever gave me. I didn't know I'd use it. I just knew I needed proof I wasn't crazy. Let me back up. When my husband Nicholas and I got engaged 7 years ago, his mother Christine disappeared. Not physically. She showed up to the wedding with a tight smile, but emotionally she checked out. No celebration. No warmth. No welcome to the family. Instead, I got 6 years of what I call polite cruelty. Comments that sound nice but sting. You're wearing your hair down? Interesting choice. Nicholas mentioned you're working late again. Must be hard on him. I brought cookbooks. Thought they might help. Every interaction was a small cut. Nothing big enough to complain about. But they added up. I started keeping notes. Not for revenge, just for sanity. A small journal where I'd write down what she said, when she said it, who witnessed it. I needed proof. I wasn't imagining the coldness. Then, 2 months ago, Nicholas's younger brother Timothy got engaged to a woman named Rachel. And Christine came alive. Engagement party. Constant photos. Gushing phone calls. She called Rachel the daughter she never had. She took Rachel's dress shopping, bought her jewelry, and planned elaborate showers. Everything she never did for me. Nicholas noticed. I'm sorry Mom is being extra with Rachel. It's fine, I lied. It wasn't fine. But I kept documenting. Every comparison. Every time she praised Rachel and ignored me. Every time she called Rachel special, in that tone that meant I wasn't. Then came the dinner that changed everything. Christine called on Tuesday. Julie, dear, let's have dinner this Saturday. Just family. Would you mind hosting? I should have said no, but I wanted to be gracious. Of course, I said. Make it nice. Rachel is special. I want her to feel welcome. That word again. Special. Saturday, I spent the entire day cooking. Multi-course meal. Appetizers. Salad, roasted chicken with 3 sides, homemade rolls, chocolate cake from scratch. Christine's favorite recipe. At 6 o'clock, the doorbell rang. I heard Christine's voice, bright and loud. I had Rachel bring a few dishes too, just to make sure we have variety. My stomach dropped. Rachel stood there looking uncomfortable, holding containers. Timothy carried more dishes and a bakery box. Christine asked me to bring these, Rachel said quietly. I hope that's okay. I didn't want to. It's fine, I said, even though it wasn't. Christine breezed past me into my kitchen and started transferring Rachel's food into my serving dishes, the nice ones I'd selected. This way we'll have more options, she announced cheerfully. We sat down. My dishes on one end. Rachel's on the other. Christine positioned herself in the middle like a judge. I should have stopped it. I didn't. I wanted to see how far she'd go. She went far. Christine took a bite of Rachel's bruschetta. Her eyes lit up. Oh my goodness, Rachel, this is divine. Julie, have you tried this? I smiled. Not yet. She tried my pastries next. Chewed. Her expression went flat. Nice try, Julie. But Rachel's is better. The flavor profile is more developed, you know. The table went silent. Nicholas started to speak. Mom. What? I'm being honest. Rachel's appetizer is clearly superior. No offense, Julie. No offense. I smiled wider. None taken. And I kept smiling while she systematically compared every single dish. Rachel's dressing is much better balanced. You went heavy on the vinegar, Julie. Smile. Nod. This quinoa is perfectly seasoned. Julie's chicken is a bit dry, isn't it? Smile. Maybe. For dessert, she pushed my chocolate cake aside. literally pushed it to the edge of the table, and opened Rachel's bakery cookies. "These are wonderful. Julie, you should get the recipe. Maybe it would help." I smiled through all of it. Calm, pleasant, gracious. And the whole time I was thinking, you just gave me everything I need. When she finally left, after 2 hours of performing this cooking show, I started writing. Everything she'd said. Exact quotes. Who witnessed it? Nicholas found me at the kitchen table. "I'm sorry," he said. "That was awful." "It's okay." "It's not okay. She was deliberately cruel." "I know. Why didn't you say something?" I looked at him. "Because I'm not done yet." Over the next 3 weeks, I worked. I took my 6 years of notes, dates, quotes, witnesses, and I organized them. A beautiful, professional timeline. Every insult, every slight, every comparison where I came up short, every time she gushed about Rachel in front of me, every wedding event she threw for Rachel that she never threw for me. At the bottom, I added the dinner, the cooking competition, Rachel's discomfort, the cake being pushed aside. Then I added witness names. Rachel, Timothy, Nicholas, his Aunt Laura, his cousin Emma. I made 20 copies. Christine was hosting her annual charity luncheon the following Saturday. She'd been planning it for months. 60 women from her church, her book club, her social circle. The event where she played the perfect hostess and generous philanthropist. She'd invited me, of course. "Julie, dear, I expect you there. The family should support the family." "I'll be there," I'd said sweetly. Saturday arrived. I wore my nicest dress. I brought an expensive bottle of wine. I smiled at everyone. The event was at Christine's house. Catered food, elegant table settings, women in pearls and cardigans. Christine held court in the living room, surrounded by admirers. I waited until everyone had arrived. Until Christine was mid-story, laughing, the center of attention. Then I approached her best friend Sharon first. "Sharon, could I talk to you for just a moment? It's about Christine." We stepped into the hallway. I handed her the timeline. "I need you to see this. Christine has been treating me this way for 6 years. Last month, she humiliated me in my own home. I stayed quiet because I wanted to be sure I wasn't overreacting. But I think you should know who you're friends with." Sharon's face changed as she read. Shock. Then disgust. "Julie, this is documented, dated, witnessed. All of it." I moved to the next person. Christine's sister Angela. Same approach. "Angela, I need you to see something about how Christine has been treating me." Then Laura. Then Emma. Then women from the book club, the church group, the charity committee. One by one, I handed out copies. Quiet, polite, private conversations in hallways and corners. "I'm not making a scene," I said to each person. "I just think you should know the truth." By the time Christine noticed something was wrong, 20 women had read the timeline. 20 women were looking at her differently. Sharon confronted her first. "Christine, I just read something very disturbing about how you've been treating Julie." Christine's face went pale. "What? What are you talking about?" "This." Sharon held up the timeline. 6 years of insults. Documented. "Is this true?" "That's... Julie, what did you..." I stood in the doorway, calm and smiling. "I simply share the truth, Christine. You always say honesty is important." Angela approached. "Christine, did you really turn a dinner at Julie's house into a cooking competition? Did you really push her homemade cake aside?" "That's not... It wasn't like that." "Rachel confirmed it," I said quietly. She was horrified. She told Timothy everything. Timothy, who'd been standing nearby, nodded. "It's true, Mom. You were cruel. We all saw it." Laura spoke up. "And the engagement? You really threw parties for Rachel but nothing for Julie." Julie never wanted." "You never asked," Nicholas said, stepping forward. "You just decided she wasn't worth the effort." Christine's voice rose, desperate. "This is ridiculous. Julie is trying to humiliate me at my own event." "No," I said calmly. "I'm simply telling people what you've been doing to me for 6 years. If that humiliates you, perhaps you should reflect on why." Women were whispering. Some were leaving. Some were reading the timeline with disgusted expressions. Christine's perfect luncheon was falling apart. Sharon set down her wine glass. I'm leaving, Christine. I can't support this. Angela followed. I'm disappointed in you. One by one, women left. Some said nothing. Some said, I'm sorry, Julie, as they passed me. Christine stood in her living room, surrounded by abandoned plates and half-empty glasses, watching her social circle dissolve. You've ruined me, she whispered. No, I said. You ruined yourself. I just made sure people knew about it. Nicholas took my hand. We're leaving too. As we walked out, Christine called after us, her voice breaking. I'll never forgive you for this. I turned back, smiled. I don't need your forgiveness, Christine. I just needed you to stop. The fallout was immediate and total. Christine called me that night, screaming about betrayal and embarrassment. I let her speak, then said calmly, You had 6 years to treat me with basic respect. You chose cruelty. These are the consequences. She tried to turn the family against me. But Timothy and Rachel backed me up. Nicholas went low contact with his mother until she apologized. Emma and Laura refused to attend Christine's events. Her book club asked her to step down. Her church group became distant. Her charity organization requested she take a temporary break from leadership. Christine's carefully built reputation, the warm, generous, perfect mother, crumbled because everyone now knew the truth. She wasn't warm. She was calculating. She wasn't generous. She was conditional. She wasn't perfect. She was cruel. 3 months later, she sent a text. Can we talk? I responded. When you're ready to apologize to me directly, not because you want something, but because you're genuinely sorry, I'll consider it. Until then, I'm done. This is what real revenge looks like. Julie didn't scream, didn't throw dishes, didn't cause a public scene at dinner. She documented 6 years of abuse, waited for the perfect moment, and quietly dismantled Christine's entire social reputation. The beauty of this revenge is that Julie didn't lie or exaggerate. She just told the truth. Every insult was real. Every witness confirmed it. Christine destroyed herself. Julie just made sure everyone knew about it. And the timing. Chef's kiss. Waiting until Christine's big charity event, where her entire social circle was gathered. Where did her reputation matter most? That's calculated, patient, devastating revenge. Some people will say Julie went too far. But after 6 years of cruelty, after being humiliated in her own home, Julie gave Christine exactly what she deserved, consequences. If this story satisfied you, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories where toxic people finally face consequences. Drop a comment. Was Julie's revenge justified, or did she go too far? And if you're dealing with someone who's been cruel to you for years, remember, documentation is power. Truth is power. And sometimes, the best revenge is simply making sure everyone knows who someone really is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.